What is up, you guys? Jonathan Jacobs here, aka DJRA 777. Today, I am going to be starting new. And before I start new, I'm going to tell you a tale of my life. Back when I used to be in church, I never really understood the ways of the Lord. So I converted to Satanism way back ago because of the lack of understanding for what God had for my life. I was lost, a lost sheep in the meadow. Well, not really in the meadow, but out in the forest. And I used to praise Satan a lot. I used to worship him. I even did blood rituals on myself in order to get the things I wanted in my life. All because I could not understand. I could not understand the things that God had for me. And so, I decided to worship Satan as my new God way back in my past lifetime. I was debaucherous, plagued with debauchery, immorality, and temporary comfort. However, all that comfort didn't last. My wings, flame, and bones, rotting, decaying flesh, spiritually. I was the walking dead of my time. I was the walking dead of my time. I had many blasphemies against God, resistance to the Spirit of God, and resistance to the Father. Blasphemy against all three. But I still kept going in the left-hand path. As I kept going into the left-hand path, I felt an emptiness. A very big emptiness, like something was pulling me back, was trying to pull me back into the arms of the Lord. And he did. Jesus was still pulling me back. He still heard my prayers. Because you see, blasphemy against all three would guarantee that God wouldn't be able to hear your prayers ever. But somehow, some way, God said, I don't want my child to perish. And so, I went back to Christianity, rejecting my life as a Satanist. And then something changed inside me. I started hungering for the Lord, hungering for His Word, hungering for everything that came from Him. And turns out, my blasphemies against all three was only out of the heart, but that is when I had a change of heart. God wanted me to come back, and in that moment I had a change of heart. My profile picture was once a picture of a fallen angel. My name used to say upgraded. Now it's been changed. I even put a prayer in the chat that describes my channel. I said, Lord, in your name, may any word or deed on this platform formed against me backfire on the sender 777,000-fold. And 777 is in my profile name. I used to be a left-hand pathist. But after God pulled me out of the left-hand path, I still asked for His help. There was a lot of verbal abuse from demons back in Montana. And I asked God to pull me out of Montana, to get me out of there. And God heard my prayer, and He brought me to California, where I can start my new life. And now here I am, starting new. The Lord has granted me something good. A new life to live. A new heart. A new name. A new legacy. And so should any enemy on YouTube form their swords against me, then should they live by the sword, they shall die by the sword as well. I then decreed that I no longer go by the name Upgraded, but to this day, to this very day, I now go by a new name. Where the picture of the fallen angel used to be, there is now an angel with rainbow wings. Wings that spread like God's rainbow, like the rainbow over God's throne. And upon that, a new name has become upon me. My wings spreading and bringing light of the rainbow in front of the sun, the very star of God's throne. My name is Double J Reacts Ascended. DJRU, actually DJRA 777. And I approve this message to anyone watching this video where an old man version of me was. A new man has taken rise, and I am starting new. God be with you, peace, twisms, and love you guys.